Your son doesn't deserve a graduation party, so I threw him the biggest one our town has ever seen. When my son Tyler was diagnosed with EIGAG and dyslexia in 3rd grade, his teacher told me not to expect much. Some kids just are college material, she said with a shrug. I switched schools the next day. For 9 years, Tyler worked twice as hard as his classmates, lat nights, extra tutoring, and more determination than I've seen in most adults. While his friends played video games, Tyler was rewriting his notes in different colors to help information stick. When reading assignments overwhelmed him, he'd listen to Harris while following along with the text. Last month, against all odds, Tyler graduated high school with honors. He's headed to State University in the fall with a partial scholarship. I wanted to throw him a graduation party to celebrate his incredible journey. That's when my next-door neighbor Karen decided to share her unsolicited opinion. I was setting up graduation announcement signs in our front yard when Karen walked over, coffee mug in hand. Graduation party? Huh? She asked, eyeing the signs. Yes, Tyler worked so hard for this, I replied. Karen took a slow sip of her coffee. Don't you think it's a bit much? I mean, everyone graduates high school. It's not like he got into Harvard. I am just saying, she continued. My daughter Amber is graduating summa cum laude and heading to Princeton. That deserves a party, but making such a big deal about regular graduation, it feels like participation trophy culture. I took a deep breath. Tyler has overcome more obstacles than you could imagine. Oh right, his little learning problem, Karen said dismissively. Well, good for him, but these signs are a bit tacky. They're lowering property values. As she walked away, she called over her shoulder. Some achievements just don't merit the fanfare, you know. I stood there, sign in hand, absolutely fuming. If Karen thought Tyler's graduation didn't deserve celebration, I would show her exactly how much it meant to her, not just to us, but to everyone whose lives Tyler had touched. I started making calls that night, first to Tyler's wrestling coach, who he'd helped train younger kids, then to the elderly neighbors whose lawns Tyler had mowed for years, refusing payment from those on fixed incomes, to the animal shelter where he volunteered walking dogs with anxiety issues that no one else had the patience for. I created a Facebook event and watched in amazement as the RSFPs poured in, people I didn't even know were asking to contribute. On the day of the party, our modest backyard couldn't contain the crowd. We spilled into the front yard pane directly across from Karen's immaculate lawn. The high school wrestling team arrived in uniform and formed an honor guard at our driveway. Tyler's former elementary school principal brought a giant card signed by teachers who'd supported him over the years. The mayor Payne, whose mother had dementia and had been comforted by Tyler's weekly visits to her nursing home parent, showed up with a proclamation declaring it Tyler Johnson Day in our town. 3 local news stations covered the event, not because I'd called them, though I'd considered it, but because the story of a kid who'd overcome so much and given back to his community was exactly the kind of news people needed mid-party. I glanced over at Karen's house. She was standing at her window watching the celebration with a tight expression. Our eyes met briefly before she let her curtain fall. The highlight came when Tyler's 1st grade teacher, to the one who'd first noticed his struggles and fought for his testing parent, presented him with a scrapbook and keep hide-ware assignments from when he couldn't read a single word, paired with his senior thesis that had won a state writing award. This, she announced to the crowd, is what determination looks like. Tyler, overwhelmed by the attention, finally asked for the microphone. I just want to say thanks to everyone who believed in me, he said. Yeah, it's my mom, who never let me believe I couldn't do something just because it was harder for me. The party lasted well into the night. As the last guests were leaving, Tyler hugged me tightly. Was this a bit extra because of what Karen said? He whispered with a knowing smile. Maybe a little, I admitted, but every bit of celebration was deserved. The next morning, I found a card in our mailbox. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even panned, it's showing someone exactly what they failed to see in the first place.